Work longer to increase your Social Security benefit? I'm going to show you again, but this time we're going to use it directly from the Social Security Administration retirement calculator, which is pretty freaking awesome, by the way. So let's dive right into this again. And I've done various versions of this video before, but never with this calculator. So this is new. This calculator is fantastic. SSA.gov, Retirement Benefits Online Benefits Calculator. I'll put a link in the show notes. All right, so I want to show what you're doing here. We are saying your old buddy Josh is 50 years old. I was born in 1970. All right, so here it is, 2021. That means I'm 50 years old. Going on, well, in this case, I'm 51. It doesn't matter. But 2000, born in 1970, which means my earliest year of eligibility is what? Is 2032. That's when I turn 62 years old, if that makes sense. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to tell the software, all right, we're going to say we're going to stop working when I'm 60. We're going to say I'm going to work for another 10 more years, and we're going to stop. Now, here's the problem with this software, which is frustrating. So that's why I'm glad you're watching this video, because I'm going to share it with you. All right, this calculator will accept a stop work age up to 85. If the age you enter is less than 62, we estimate your benefit at 62. If the age you enter is at least 62, we use that age when we estimate your benefit. So they're saying essentially, I'm going to stop at 60, and the Social Security is saying that's going to take your benefit at 60. Well, 62. And it'll be reduced. That's a big deal. So be careful when you use this website. It's a fantastic website, but if you're not, or a calculator, but if you're not using it right, you're going to make a big mistake. So we're just going to say we're stop at 60. All right. And we're going to say, okay. We're going to do it in today's dollars. We can do it in future inflated dollars, but I just want to do it in today's dollars because I just want to show you something. And we're going to say, because I was born in 1970, I started working when I got out of high school in 1989. And I was making $12,000, $15,000, $15,000, $20,000. I was making $26,000, and I stayed at $26,000 for the rest of my career until 2021 is when I'm going to stop working. So I'm not going to work any longer as of 2021, if that makes sense. All right. So then we hit calculate benefit. I hope you're following me there. And you can see I have only 31 years of work history. That's it. Only 31 years of work history. And we're going to hit calculate benefit. So my benefit will be only $1,066 because I'm telling the software I'm going to take it at 62. You shouldn't take it at 62, but let's just keep going. So now we're going to tell the software, well, we'll take it at 62, but I'm going to work until I'm 55 years old. We're going to tell the software we're going to work until we're 55 years old, and we're going to make another $26,000 a year until we're 55. Then we're going to stop working, and then we'll take our benefit at 62. So what does that extra 5 years of work do? It gives us $1,094. So that extra 5 years of work doesn't do anything for us. Even though it's only $26,000 a year, it gives us an extra $28 a month. I hope that makes sense, because we're taking it at reduced benefit because we're 62. And it just is at that stage, like, what was the point? Now, there might be, well, you got health care. Okay, I get that. But from a Social Security perspective, which is all we're trying to accomplish here, working that extra 5 years at $26,000 a year did nothing for you. It literally did not. Now, what if we say, on the other hand, okay, I'm going to keep working until I am 67, or I'm not going to take my benefit until I'm 67, right there. That'll be my full retirement age, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to take my benefit until I'm 67, but I am going to stop working at the end of this year. All right, so I'm not going to take my benefit until I'm 67. I'm going to stop work again. I'm going to stop working at the end of this year when I'm 51 years old, and it goes to 1514. All right, so that's 62. Work till 55. 62. No more work. So you can see, just by taking my benefit out of my full retirement age, I've increased my benefit by 500 or 50%. Whereas if I kept working for 5 more years, right, and I took the benefit at 62, I'm $430 less than I would have been if I just stopped working and took it at 67. I mean, think about that. By working an extra 5 years and taking it at 62, I'm only making, we'll just say, $1,100 for simplicity. By stopping now and taking it at 67, I get another $500. You get that makes sense? I hope that makes sense. There's a huge, just taking at 62. Why keep working if you're going to take it at 62? It doesn't make sense. All right. But what if I work until, I don't know, we'll say I work until I'm 67. We're going to tell the software I'm going to work until I'm 67. I'm only going to make $26,000 a year. Calculate benefit. It goes up to $1,554. What? It only goes up by $40 by working an extra 17 years? Yes. Why? Because we already have right now 1989 to 2021. That's 32 years of work history. 32 years. I only have 3 goose eggs. That's it. Remember, Social Security only takes your top 35 years of index earnings. That's it. So these other years I'm working aren't even being added to my Social Security benefit, because this right here, even though it says 15,000, that is indexed with the average weight index, and I guarantee that amount right there is worth more for my Social Security than the 26,000 I'm going to earn. So working until 67 does nothing. It gives me an extra 40 bucks, but that's only because I'm taking 4 goose eggs and I'm replacing those goose eggs with 26,000 a year. I hope that makes sense. In fact, we can even say we'll just say 10,000. Let's say we worked for 10,000 a year when we were in high school, which I did. I don't know if I made. I'm sure I didn't make 10,000. Remember, they're indexing these $10,000 based on your average wage index, and it's probably 3.5 to 4 times the amount that you're going to get than 26,000. All right, so now we're going to say we're going to stop. We're going to say what are we going to say? We're not working ever again. All right, so remember 15. Oops, let's see. Yeah, 26,000 for the rest of this year, and then next year not going to work anymore. All right, so by working until we're 67 at 26,000 a year, we made 1,554. If we had worked earlier in our high school career at 10,000 a year, our benefit would be what? 1,567. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I cannot stress this enough. All right, let's see. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Let's just say we got no goose eggs. So remember, they index these 10,000, these 15,000 at your average wage index, which makes it much, much, much more valuable than a lower income right now. Because remember, once you hit 60, you no longer get a cost of living, average wage index is no longer indexed. All right, so now let's say we're going to make 100,000. For some reason, we married, we'll marry Bill Gates' daughter, and Bill Gates is going to put us to work washing his car for $100,000 a year, all right, until we're 67 years old. We hit calculate benefit, and now it only goes up to what? $2,365? That's it? Man. Well, the reason for that is because it's $100,000. We're going to work for another 17 years till we're 67. So we're going to replace a number of lower earning years of the top 35, if that makes sense. But is that really going to happen? No. So let's say something more realistic. We go to 50,000 a year. Now we meet, I don't know, we meet Ivanka Trump, and she really likes you because you are going to iron Jared's underwear, right? And so, is it Jared? Yeah. So she's going to pay you $50,000 for the pleasure of ironing Jared's underwear. All right. So now we're going to say our benefit's only $1,794. What? So you can see, because that $50,000 isn't replacing that many of your previous 35 years of earnings. It's just not. So not much of a difference, huh? Crazy, is it not? Seems like I wanted to do something else on here. Remember, so I just want to go back. You're only making $26,000 a year, and you stop. We're just gonna have you stopping. $26,000 a year. Oh, nobody getting money. Your benefit's still $1,500 a month at your full retirement age, man. I mean, the max you can get is twice that. That's it. The max you can get is twice this, and yet you can make 4 times the income and only get twice the Social Security benefit. Social Security is geared towards lower earners. It's just that simple. What if we just said what if we said we're going to do that until we're not going to take it until we're 70, which a lot of times is the way to go, but we'll say 70, and I bet it's going to be 24% more than what it is showing here. All right, so we're going to come back down. We're going to we'll stop working, and we're going to wait till we're 70, and now it's 1943. So it was 1514, now it's 1943. By waiting until we're 70, we took an extra $400 a month benefit, actually about $425. So we got 1,066 if we took it at 62, 1514 if we took it at 67, and 1943 if we took it at 70. But remember, This implies that you stop working and you take Social Security at the same time. I don't recommend hardly ever anyone doing that. We want you to stop working and delay taking Social Security, instead take money from your IRAs instead. I'm just curious to see what it looks like if we inflate it. Let's see. I haven't done this one yet, so let's just take a gander. Do we got to hit the button on here? Yeah. So let's inflate it. Oh, look at that. It's basically almost double because of inflation. Isn't that interesting? So all these people who say Social Security is only giving me $19.43, my IRAs give me $4,000 a month, they're not inflating the Social Security, but they are inflating their IRA. Anyway, my friends, there you go. That's what happens if you keep working. If you need to, once you have your 30, 35 years of income, it just doesn't change that much. I cannot stress this enough. I'll put a link in the show notes. Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks now.